Hi, Bryan McWhorter here with Black Belt Lean Thinking. Today I want to talk to you about trust. And everything comes down to relationships. And I've mentioned in past videos that when it comes to establishing a lean culture and your lean journey, to have that foundation, remember, lean is about people and processes, and it respects and empowers the worker. So if there's not trust in the organization, if you're not building trust, there's going to be some issues right off the bat that you're going to have to deal with, and it's going to make that journey very, very rough going. Right now in the United States, we're in a bit of a trust crisis, I'd say. You ask people, if they trust the government, or you look at what's happened, with the police department in some of the larger cities. Again, our trust has been broken. Everything, again, is either green and growing or dry and dying. Everything is in a state of change. It's moving forward or backward. And remember, we talked about the default setting for life seems to be towards that moving backwards. If you want good things to happen, they have to happen by purpose. Trust is built. It is instilled on purpose. It doesn't just happen. Again, there are levels of trust. When I get on the road and I'm driving, I'm trusting the other drivers are going to follow the same rules of the road I'm driving. That they will stop on the red light, go on the green. It might be kind of naive, but I'm hoping they will actually do those things. Okay, but the level of trust I'm talking about is a little bit higher up that, where you're willing to take more risks for that person. Again, going back to, I know I trust people on the road are going to be following the same rules I am, but I wouldn't walk up to a stranger and hand them the keys to my car, or hand them my wallet, or let them take care of anything else that is valuable to me. Those levels of trust have to be earned. Okay? In order to have trust, you've got to have three components. Think of it as a three-legged stool, and every one of those legs has to be there. There has to be caring, confidentiality, and acceptance. All three of those have to be there. Confidentiality, they're not going to be talking about you behind your back. Caring, they actually care about you and have your back. They put your best interests, forward. And that acceptance, they accept you on an equal level. They don't think they're better than you are. They accept you for who you are. We do business with people that we know, like, and trust. And it is possible to know and like someone and not trust them. Again, once that trust is broken, it is very difficult to get back. Again, you have to build trust. Again, it's something that you have to work for. It all comes down to relationship. Again, you're in a relationship with your suppliers, your customers, your co-workers. So let's go back to, grab my little marker here. That circle of safety I've mentioned before. In a relationship with your significant other, husband and wife, you've got that bubble, that circle of safety that you're in. Hopefully you have each other's back. So you can get mad at the world, but you don't get mad at your spouse. I know mine does her best to keep me out of trouble. When I get a burr under me and I start going down the wrong path, she will gently warn me, and then she basically will stand back and let me hang myself. And then afterwards, usually she doesn't say I told you so, but she'll help me with damage control. So again, that's a great example of someone that has your back. I'd probably do a lot better if I would listen to her a little bit more often in the beginning, keep me out of trouble. In that work environment, the people in your department that you work with, again, you need that bubble, that circle of safety around everybody. Again, there are different organizations where you're in life or death situations, and they work very hard to instill that trust. When you join any of the armed forces, those first weeks in boot camp, they're really teaching you to rely on each other. You talk to a soldier why he does what he does on the battlefield, and he'll never say for God and country. He does it for the man on the right and the man on the left, because they have their back. They're going to watch them, he's going to watch them. Same with a fireman going into a burning building. He knows that his co-firefighters are going to be looking out for him, and so he'll be looking out for them. A book I'd highly recommend is a book called Leaders Eat Last. Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek, where he does a great explanation throughout the book of how important trust is. Again, in an organization, you really need that. If you're in an organization where the management and staff and the higher levels feel like they're better than the lower levels, trust is gone. It doesn't exist. You're not going to trust someone who thinks they're better than you are. That's going to dictate, what you do based on what's better for them. Not a road you're going to stay on very long. So what do you do when someone breaks your trust in a work environment? That's when you have that courageous conversation. Again, trust is very difficult to gain back once it's broken. So you have that courageous conversation. You go to them and say, hey, I heard this happened, or this is what I saw, and can you explain it? Can you be polite, you be respectful, and you give them a chance to make it right. And then you give it time. Like a wound, a cut, you don't just bleed, and sulk. You put the bandage on it, you deal with it, you try and heal that relationship. If that can't happen and trust is permanently broken, then my suggestion is it might be time to walk on, start looking for other pastures. It's a very difficult to work in an environment where there's no trust, where you have to look out for your back because you don't know which one of these people is going to knife you next. Not a good environment to be in. Again, very important for lean. Lean comes down to relationships. It's continuous improvement. You are giving people tools to make their work easier and better, to eliminate waste and improve how and what they do. Again, you don't mold the person to the tool. This is one of the ways I've seen a lot of lean journeys fail early on. They'll bring in a lean consultant and try and implement 5S+1 or some other lean tool without really showing the benefit to the people who are going to be doing the work. They try to, again, make them serve the lean tool, not the other way around. And that is disrespectful, the opposite of trust. And again, it should fail. They don't really understand lean. It's people-centric. People come first. Let's empower them. Let's work together. Let's drive the ship and have a good future. And the best way to have a good future is to create it. Good things happen by purpose. If you want trust, you're going to have to build it. Remember those components. Again, you have to have caring, confidentiality, and acceptance. If those are there, think of your own life right now. When you think of your boss, the owner of the business you're at, are those components there? Do they care about you? Do they accept you on equal terms? And is there confidentiality? Can you tell them something and they're not going to be gossiping about it later? Again, those are the important components for trust. Again, my website is Black Belt Lean Thinking. I've got other information on it and some lean tools for you. Feel free to reach out to me and I'll gladly help in any way I can. Thank you and good luck with your lean journeys.